Vellum's system is still in shock from recent events. We found a circle of stone that hides secrets we never learn, and realized wizards don't know how to use hand grenades. However, close at hand is still several wizard towers to loot, and Vellum is quick to try and forget his recent mistake. More knowledge, more power, and possibly even some ritual magic waits for our budding mage. Welcome back to Cataclysm, dark days ahead, my journey as Vellum, aspiring archmage of the apocalypse. After recovering from that, frankly, cataclysmic state of affairs, we are going to we're going to leave this behind. We'll keep in mind that there's more to be gained here, and we're going to move north towards this triple wizard tower situation up here, because, well, after that, we kind of need a win. A wizard tower shouldn't be that hard to handle. We've done it before. And we did manage to get some dust from this series of stones. So it's not a loss. We're not leaving lost. Hey, that was weird. I tried to pry open that window there, and the game automatically had... Ooh. I was going to say automatically had us break the window instead of prying it open, which was a bit odd. Maybe I just failed. But as I was about to say that, a slavering biter, which is one of the more dangerous zombies to us still because it can pierce our armor, just broke in through that window. Probably hurt us coming in. Fortunately, they're not that durable. How are we doing on food? We had enough to get us out of hungry. I think that yeah, we'll leave well enough alone for now with food. Of course, loaded zombie. I think instead of trying to wipe out hordes, we are just going to kind of get a move on here. Try and get close to one of these wizard towers. Ideally, we are able to loot one of the towers and we actually get something halfway decent, halfway valuable out of it. There are still plenty of books for us to grab, although we do kind of have a lot of what we want now. There's always more, though. There's always more knowledge to be gained. As we stroll down the street here, Vellum has thoughts about what his goals are going to be. Obviously, we want to become an archmage. We want to gain this attunement. We want to cast our first and second circle spell here. So we still need the copper to do that. We see a gargoyle? What the hell is a gargoyle? Oh, that's one of those flying zombies that has taken one step beyond flying and has actual wings. That shady zombie also just straight up sees us. So there must be light over here. Because we had seen that shady zombie. Yeah. I think there was a light here, and it might have just gone out. Either way, ooh, that's another Orichalcum security van. We're going to be keeping an eye out for these in, oh, hell yes, gold and silver. Oh, hell yes, so much gold and silver. Beautiful. And some diamonds, too. Beautiful. We're going to want to be keeping an eye out for these in our future runs, because... Is this a different design? This is a different design. I don't think I've seen a wizard tower like this before. But what I was going to say is we need to keep an eye out for those kinds of Orichalcum vans in our future runs, because our next run of Cataclysm that we're going to be doing after Vellum's journey ends is probably going to be touching on mechanics and technomancy, which is something that Vellum, in his desire to be closer to a proper archmage, a proper wizard, doesn't really like to dabble in. He doesn't like the technology of the human world. So the next character we have is definitely going to not necessarily be focused on that per se, but not as, I wouldn't say afraid, but not as abhorrent to the idea of technology. And one of the things that I'm thinking we might even do is actually playing a bit of a roaming run. So a van like this would actually be perfect. It would give us the ability to create some sort of mobile base in the back, and then we could just drive it around. And since it has an Orichalcum frame, I feel like we could be... I don't actually know how durable Orichalcum is, but I feel like we could be relatively unconcerned with our vehicle. Also, as far as Vellum is concerned, an Orichalcum framed car might actually be something that we could take apart for the Orichalcum. I don't know if... What is that? Ways of the Modern Warrior? It has a recipe in it that we don't have. I think I'll leave it. But what I was saying is, in case we actually need Orichalcum for something, we could probably just bust that car down. I haven't really found anything we need it for, but once we get back to base, we may look up to see if there's some recipes here. And man, this wizard tower has just not been the best so far. There's like nothing here. It is a nice design of a wizard tower, though. Oh, there's a scroll. Scroll of Smite. That's unfortunately a Technomancy spell. We actually can't learn that. Technomancy also has this layer to it. Oh, we have been in one of these buildings before. I remember this. Yeah. Okay, we're going to have to pick this lock. It's going to take a moment. But yeah, what I was going to say is Technomancy has this element to it, which I've always liked, that is like on top of being, well, technomancy, you know, controlling of technology and interfacing with modern technology using magic, you know, creating this magitech kind of thing. Technomancy is also very big on kind of like paladin stuff. You have stuff like smites and summon a mage blade and mage armor. So you kind of end up being this interesting street warrior. Wait, something hurt us? What hurt us? That was weird. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we're changing. We have the mana mutation. We need to watch how much we're eating too, because we're going to need more food than usual because of this. Yeah, we'll just keep locking the door. Okay, there we go. We got it open. There's definitely at least a few golems on the other side. Yep. That's definitely a few. Okay. Class of golems regenerates. And knocking them down is not going to be super helpful, I don't think. But we can take a few steps back, run to here, and you know what? Screw it. We are going to wind strike down that first one and then kill it before it even gets a chance. Fall back to the stairs. Down another one. This one's really injured. We can down it and then continue. Fuck. As we continue running, there's a zombie predator. We are going to run into this bathroom, close the door, and let the... Yep, we heard the sound of death out there. So the plastic golem did our job for us. Perfect. Exactly what we were hoping for, actually. Take another golem down. Yeah, the amount of sound these guys are making right now is not ideal, because it's going to be attracting a lot of zombies outside. And I don't want to get trapped between two layers of zombies. As that one tries to come down the stairs, we swipe it down as well. And another. I still hear a lot of movement upstairs. We'll get our stamina back, and yeah, there we go. Oh, that one actually got a hit off on me. Coming down. There we go. Just kind of catch their attention. Okay, I think we have at least these rooms clear. We're gonna get our stamina back and see. Okay, we do hear more noise. Another locked door. Okay. Guess we're practicing our lockpicking today. How many lockpicks do I have? I knew where we were going, so I grabbed a handful. Didn't expect to run into this many locked doors, to be honest. I just expected there to be some safes or something. Use the choke point after the wind strike. Take down a couple of them. Few hits. Okay. Let's continue to play it safe. I don't really want to take a bunch of damage here. Oh, man. The difference between this fight and the previous ones is night and day. Literally night and day. Okay. We are going to take a moment to cover our wounds because I am worried that we just made a lot of noise. Okay, we do have this place clear. I say we close the curtains because we'll want to eventually get that mana stone, and I don't want anything to see us while we're getting the mana stone. Okay. Purveying of the place. Okay, we have Break a Leg, some transistor books, nothing terribly interesting there. Scroll of Extinguish. Mage Engineer's Practical Guide. Interesting. Looks like it has 2 Storm Shaper spells, Electric Eye and Electric Arts, which are, unfortunately, spells I already have in the other book. Ooh, here we go. This is new. Electric Waves. Your hand starts to emit a huge amount of energy that you release with each attack. Well, we're definitely taking that. Is that the only thing we're getting out of this place, though? I mean, I guess we'll get a little bit of mana off this guy. Go ahead and pull out our crowbar and take care of that. Just kind of smash it down before we do too much more. Small mana crystals. We don't need the glass shards. We found another butcher knife. Ortouch cauldron. I knew that this was a possibility. I'm sorry. What is grotesque enhancement? I have to know. Spell that warps your body in alien ways to increase your physical abilities and strength. A biomancer spell. Biomancer is very interesting. It has a lot of weird spells in it. So does Animist, actually. Animist is kind of like very undeady, necromancy-y kind of vibe to it. Ooh, there's some more stuff here. Anything interesting? No. I was going to say, though, I always knew that this was a possibility, that as we get farther into looting, we're going to get less and less chance of getting something new. Because, well, frankly, we've already discovered a lot of it, right? So, because we've discovered so much, it's becoming harder and harder to find new knowledge. Do still have 2 more wizard towers in close proximity. And to be honest, other than our inventory being pretty close to full, we are very fresh. There's a Dissolute Devourer out that window. So I'm just trying to go out the south here because we could kill it. We don't have to. And another Dissolute Devourer. You know, we've always known that the Apocalypse was an arms race, but those guys are getting to the point where they are really common. Like, we're starting to run into them almost as much as we run into normal zombies. As we had eat some berries, a feral dwarf actually just kind of snuck up on us there. And of course, because he threw something at us, those little thrown shots that they have always seem to pierce our armor. Whoa, what happened here? Vellum comes across what appears to be the remains of a dozen or so zombies. I mean, this is a fresh part of the city. We've never seen this area. There's some barrels here, too. There's a lot of things that could have killed this, but the concerning thing is that we don't see them. There are other enemies to zombies in this world, some of which Vellum knows about, but we haven't seen, like the Migo, for example. We've heard about them in passing, but we haven't seen any ourselves. But the weirdest thing is that we don't really see anything around. Very nice motorcycle. A little motor car on the side. There's some sort of commotion out here that we're hearing as we were just kind of snacking in there. Okay, we're getting to the point where we're not being able to pick up cherries and such. Okay, we're hearing a lot going on. It looks like this is all going on inside. Another one of these fortified wizard towers over here. So I wonder if yeah, I was about to say, I wonder if the plastic golems have managed to get out from the upstairs room. And just as I was even about to say those words, Vellum spots a plastic golem in the lower areas. It's probably what attracted the zombies over here. Perhaps that means that either the door upstairs is not locked or someone has already busted it down. There might be some variation here, and maybe this one is not as tightly locked as the others were. Down one of the ones that's guarding the stairs. A quick search is getting us, unfortunately, similar results to last time, where there's just not a lot here. Like, this would be an ideal location early on in the apocalypse. Being an amazing location to potentially even live. There's a lot of rooms here, a lot of useful space. But as far as a place to loot, it's not really giving us much. Looks like the door is still closed, so I'm not sure where those golems came from. I'm going to start trying to break down the door. I'm worried. I think that's our last lockpick. I'm worried, second to last, that we are going to run out of lockpicks before we get this door open. And this is why we don't phase the door. If we had phased through this door instead of lockpicking it, we would have had all of this to deal with. Is there anything that we can really do to make this better? How long does Lightning Bolt take to cast? 175 moves. It's basically 2 turns. Wind Running is even shorter. I think we're going to step back and cast Wind Running on ourselves, just to kind of speed ourselves up. Take one down as it comes down the stairs. Take another one down. Piling down the stairs. A little careful positioning here. Already taking out the vast majority of them. And with our incredible speed and stamina regeneration, honestly, we haven't even taken a single shot. Vellum just dodging left and right as the plastic golems are reaching out for him. It may have only been... Ooh, that's a clay golem. I was just about to say, it may have only been a couple months since we've entered the apocalypse, but Vellum has been fighting every day of his life since he's been here. He has gained so much skill and so much ability it's equivalent to years of training, to be honest. I think that's it. Yeah, that was our last lockpick. Okay. We can kind of guesstimate where they are. Hoping we could phase through a wall here, but it doesn't seem to be the case. I know I'm kind of like not taking my own advice. Well, there's extra space here. Why don't we... There's going to be windows, right? There has to be windows. Why don't we... Since we can't get through that front door, why don't we take a different approach here? Here's my idea. So we're going to go out the window over here. And can we just climb up? Can't climb. Probably need some parkour skill to be able to properly climb up there. Wish I could get a view on the next floor up. Why is there a little bit of light over there? That's strange. What we could do is position ourselves somewhere where we think there's a room and then phase through the floor. Can't teleport safely there, but here. Something just busted down a window. Okay, let's try again here. Okay, so that's good news and bad news. So good news is we have a good idea of what this layout looks like and how many enemies there are. And there's some sort of privacy fence around the edges here. Just kind of taking a look around here because we're going to phase back through the floor again. Yeah, we're going to immediately phase down. Okay, we know what looks like that. If we could get to one of these windows, that would be ideal. There's a privacy fence, that means that there's probably some sort of patio over here. So maybe that's what we go for, is that patio over there. Or we go for this one. Okay, so let's aim for right here. Nope. Try again. Nope. Really? There's no room there. That's surprising to me. That's a lot of wasted space if there's no room there. This one is stumping me a little bit. I'm gonna have to be honest. Worst case scenario, I could just fall back and make more lockpicks to get this door open. There's no way I'm bashing the door down. That's for sure. And I don't think I'll be able to phase through the door with that many golems on the other side. I guess what I could do is I actually could just phase up another floor and get up to the top floor. The only downfall here is that if something bad happens, I'm kind of in a bad situation. I'm locking myself behind all of the golems. Scroll of limbs of the frog? What? Another biomancer thing. Some of the fishes with the froggy hands and legs. Now that's super weird. Mechanics. I figure I might as well loot this place real quick. Go ahead and eat a little bit of this food. We're still in minimal pain, probably because of our changing. But we'll take a little bit of. We only have the really strong stuff. So I guess we're not going to take a little bit of pain meds. I don't like this situation. Like, sure, we could probably handle these golems very easily, but I don't like trapping myself with them. Okay, so that door is definitely closed. So what we're going to do is I'm going to drop something here so I can mark this spot. We'll drop that tin can here. So we know that this is a safe spot that we can phase downwards. And we'll fight here. In fact, we're actually going to wind run ourselves. I hate that wind running has a targeting because it keeps trying to target the enemies instead of myself. Using the stairs and just swinging wildly down the stairs. There's so many of them down there that it's pretty easy to find something as a target. Compared to Devourers and Headless Horrors, these golems are nothing to be concerned about. Although I shouldn't be too confident. They are more capable of damaging us than some of the other things around here. That was well handled. Aquatic Mantle. Grow a magical seedweed to perform a protective coating, allow you to travel the depths. That's pretty cool. I'm definitely taking that with us. That would allow us to basically swim, which is kind of a weird rarity, because otherwise, like right now, with our armor, if we step into the water, we're just going to sink to the absolute bottom, just immediately. Okay. As unimpressive and disappointing as it was, that is 2 of the 3 wizard towers down. We're getting to the point where we might have to settle, and we might have to be happy with the amount of knowledge we have. And we might not be getting more from this city. I mean, we could always travel to other cities. There are other cities nearby. What is that? Oh, that's the mobile home farm, right? We could travel to other cities for more knowledge. I'm sure there are I'm sure there is more knowledge in other cities, but it's at this point it's going to be very difficult for us to get more than what we have right now. I'm not satisfied with our progress so far, though. And we do have a very small amount of inventory space left. So we are going to push our luck. And we are going to hit the last of the 3 towers here. There's a Kevlar zombie there. It's not ideal. It's also not the worst. Zombie hunter has to go. And we just stepped into broad daylight. Well, that's going to attract a lot of zombies. Hot damn. Okay. How long does it take for us to drink a mana potion? 16 seconds. Okay, so that's not a combat action. I knew this was too quiet. It was like destined that we were going to run into trouble. We could leave them behind and just head another direction, but we would have to take out a good chunk of these in order to go closer to the tower. And again, we're not satisfied with what we've gotten so far, so I think we're going to do that. Just using positioning and our very powerful spear. We've wiped out more before. There's not too many ferals. We don't see any specials. Already, most of them are down. Not even a challenge. Those two just saw me from pretty far south there. I think that there's a little bit of light there. That Necro Boomer is enough sound that anything remaining should be able to hear us. There's a ton of gold and silver here. Hold on, I'm going to mark this. Don't think we're going to be able to carry it, unfortunately, with all of the stuff that we have on us right now. We need to just get around these guys. That Bardas grabbed us with its teeth for just a moment. Kind of forgot that Necro Boomer went off, to be honest. Okay, we've taken a handful of hits now. Because of the ferals. Feral dwarves and their propensity for wanting to throw... Oh, that is a lot of things. Holy crap. Okay, that Necro Boomer brought in way more than I thought it was going to. Yeah, let's go ahead and cast Wind Running on ourselves. Did it actually go off? No, we lost our concentration. Get away from this car. They're just attracting more of each other by bashing on this car. Yeah. We're going to kind of semi-hard run just because I don't think we have the energy or the power right now to deal with that kind of horde. Not safely, at least. Okay, as we were healing ourselves, another horde just kind of like spilled out. And there's another boomer. That's going to cause noise. Okay. That's a problem. We're going to run out the south here as they're all rushing in front. See if we can circle around. There's more of that light. Need to find out where that's coming from. Can we see yet? Somewhere far over there. Something exploded on me. As we were taking down a handful of zombies, something just exploded as Vellum just is quickly trying to rush to put the gas mask on and stop the smoke from getting into our mouth. Unfortunately, it already... Oh my gosh. And that other explosion caused all of these guys to just pour into here. How much do I need for a wind strike? More than I have. Yeah, that smog that hit us is murdering our strength. This could go south really fast. I think by sheer volume of zombies, I think this is finally a time for us to back off for just a moment. We're going to wait for maybe 20 seconds? No, maybe a minute? Oh man, how long does this poison last? We just want the poison to end. How badly did we get poisoned? Pretty badly, actually. Okay. Rebandage some wounds. With our lowered strength, we are incredibly overweight now, actually. Anything we can do to for the pain. We'll take out an naproxen. That might help. Wow, we're still poisoned. Okay. We're just going to wait like 5 minutes. There we go. Okay. The poison is finally worn off, so we're not going to be adding more pain on top of what we already have. As soon as we stepped out, this is not dark enough to hide us from the eyes of the hunter here. In fact, how are these things seeing me? Is it just because there's like side light coming. Well, either way, we're gonna leave our gas mask on, but we need to step back into the darkness. And I am going to mana bolt that guy if I can get it off so that we don't get caught by the smoke again. We need to get out of here because taking out that boomer is going to... Oh, geez, that was a zombie axeman. That was actually very dangerous to swing into. We did, fortunately, immediately stun it as we are going to swing around south and see if we can get past this horde that keeps blockading us. What is causing all of this light? And of course, as we're running, smoker zombie caught up with us and a hunter as well. I almost felt like the light was following us for a while there. Can't be the case though, right? Well, this is not a car. What the hell is going on here? Oh, the light might have been following us. Construction site? What is causing all of this? I've been trying to approach from an angle where nothing's going to be able to see us, but it almost feels like there isn't an angle where nothing will see us. And there are just zombies all around. And as we were going through, a zombie just screamed. What the hell is going on? There are so many here, and they can see us so well. What? Aren't we in darkness? It says very dark lighting. I'm confused. I mean, this over here says dark and shady, but we should be far enough into the darkness that nothing should be able to see us. Meanwhile, we have one of the larger hordes coming that we've seen in a little while coming straight at us. We need to get out of here as we just run up to a wall. Bellum reaches out, touches it, and phases through into the other side because we needed to be done with this horde. We need to get out of that as quickly as possible. We're going to press down on our wounds here. Stop the bleeding. Try and catch our breath. Looks like a fat zombie found their way in. What is this place that we ended up in? Some kind of sewing room? We need to get the rest of our stamina back. We're still in distracting pain. Take another naproxen. Maybe that'll help. We're pretty close to the wizard tower now. I am really curious what the hell was going on there, though, because it was like light was shining in every single direction. And as much as I don't want to be concentrating on something right now, I think we'll have to activate our night eyes to try and battle the fog here, push back some of the darkness. I think we're finally on this wizard tower. Whenever we said that we were going to push our luck, we didn't realize that we were being so literal. Zombie screamer just came out of the night there. Okay. This place has a fence around it. And it looks like it's one of the old designs. The fence will help us keep out of the line of sight of things. We don't see any golems inside, so we're just going to phase through the window and activate, or not activate, but open the window from inside instead of trying to pry it open. Just prying it open would make too much noise. Okay. Looks like another secure wizard tower. We know there's a lot of company nearby, and we're about to make a lot of noise clearing this place out. So we're going to close some of the curtains, make sure that we have the privacy to clean this place out. Ooh, polycarbonate. That's unfortunate. I was hoping that there'd be something more useful in the garage there. Lacking lockpicks is not ideal here. Anything, maybe there's some wire in here somewhere? I don't see anything. Lockpicks would definitely be the best way through this upstairs area. But yeah, it'd also be nice if we could get some sort of like knock spell. Something that will help us open doors better. But we can't really rely on magic for everything. In fact, despite being clearly, approaching Archmage status here, we actually don't use our magic as much as I honestly thought we would. It is a tool. I think that's, I've heard before in stories that that's one of the secrets of becoming a powerful mage, is to realize that it is a tool and it is not something that you use just for everything. Having to get through 2 locked doors is going to be a little bit harder than last time. And I don't know if I want to... What is this over here? Meteorology station. I don't know if I want to go through all of the city again to come back here, because my nearest gate is very far away. And I think my nearest gate's all the way down by... Yeah, it's all the way down by the academy here. Okay, so what's our options? We can use our trick as last time to phase through floors, but we don't have a clear room to use as a staging area this time. So whenever we phase through the floor, we'd be in the middle of a bunch of golems. We could try and get up to the ceiling again, or to the top floor, but there's no guarantee that that's going to be safe. What if we come phase through the floor right here? Okay. So we're back up to the top floor. Transcendence of the Human Condition. That sounds like a great book. Cat's Grace and Eagle's Sight for Magus. That's going to be a must. Introduction to Applied Meteorology. Gives us Shocking Lash. Okay, so finally, Tremor Sense. Finally, we have some actual spells. Can't pick any of them up because, well, our strength got severely crippled. Pillar of Stone. Yeah, here we go. We actually have... We've learned like 6 or 7 spells from this room alone. So, okay. Let's do the same trick as last time. We're going to memorize a spot. So this is going to be our spot here. Oh, we should put our helmet back on. This will be our spot right here. We're going to drop a piece of silver. And if we get in trouble, that's the spot we run back to. Which I don't think we're going to need, as we can stand here and as they come to the stairs, we're just slicing through them. Honestly, like butter. We don't want to stand at the bottom of the stairs though, because then 2 of them get a chance to attack me, and that happens. One of them did actually get a pretty significant hit off on me. We lost even more of our HP. It's like a slow whittling effect at this point. Nature's Commune. We already have that spell. Weirdly enough, I actually think we're safe here because that door is closed and there's probably some golems in there, but I doubt there's anything in there that we care about. I think what we're going to do here is we're going to close all the windows so that we can get some lights going, and we will kind of just go through and learn all these spells, and we're also going to eat some. I want to keep ahead of the high calorie intake it required because of the fact that, well, I mean, we're changing, right? So realistically speaking, we have food on us. We can probably get water nearby if we need it. I think in fact, there's probably water right here. There's something equivalent to water. Belgian ale. Same difference. I think what we're going to do is we're going to sit down and we're going to study all these spells, and I will be back with you once we've gathered what we can. It looks like Tremor Sense, some new buffs, Cat's Grace and Eagle's Sight, and a new Storm Shaper spell. As we were perusing our books, we did just learn that one of these books is probably not worth it. The Applied Meteorology. It will teach us, teach us Shocking Lash, which apparently is the starter Storm Shaper spell at difficulty 1, max damage at 25, not even worth doing, and wind running, which we already have. So we're going to leave this book behind, and in the time that it took us to study and pick up a little bit of this, we did actually manage to eat enough food that we have inventory space now, and we've recovered most of our... well, actually, I can't even say most. We've recovered all of our strength back as well. So we are actually able to pick this stuff up and take us with us now. We're double checking to make sure that I don't miss anything here that we can actually use. Yeah, we got all of the books that we can use. I mean, might as well try and take the food that we can carry. And we're officially overburdened. Okay. So with that, we are going to head back and drop off our spoils. Vellum has learned a lot of new spells, but among those that we're going to be using quite frequently is now Lightning Blast as well, which we realize only costs 55 mana. Pretty incredible. And once we get it up to higher levels, it's going to be very, very easy to cast multiple times. We also finally got our failure chance for the first circle lesser mana efficiency down to 0.7% chance. Pretty incredible. So it's actually going to be the first and last thing we do. It's going to be the last thing we do for today's episode, but also the first thing we do today, which is to officially actually cast our first ritual. Lesser mana efficiency, which should in theory give us a new trait that will be capable of improving our spellcasting somehow. I'm actually not sure how the lesser mana efficiency works, but it does take 7 hours, and I noticed we're hungry, so we're going to eat first because 7-hour ritual. Yeah, I'm not fearful that we're going to starve, but you know, we do have currently a very high calorie intake requirements here, so we're just going to kind of just get topped off as much as we can there, and then mostly for aesthetics, not because we actually need it, I am actually going to do this on the ritual circle up here. Okay, First circle, mana ritual. This is going to take a while. Man, it's doing it in 5 minutes. I'll be back when it's done. We successfully cast first circle ritual, lesser mana efficiency. Also, we're not going to cast these rituals up here anymore because as you can see from my log, it is very windy up here and we were getting pretty damn cold. So we now have lesser mana efficiency. Okay, look at the top right. Max mana 2300. Oh, man, this is lesser efficiency? What the hell? Okay, that's really cool. That is a lot more mana to mess with per day. Don't we have... Yeah, we have a second circle mana pool as well, which will allow us to learn the second level of mana efficiency. And giving us, instead of lesser mana efficiency, it would give us straight mana efficiency. I guess that's going to be our next goal. We can go ahead and take the first circle spell off of our favorites list because, well, we're done casting it. We won't need to cast it ever again. That was a one-off ritual. We are becoming something, right? Something else that is kind of wild to me is that we've had this mana mutation and we've had the changing for a little while, but we have once again not changed. It seems improbable that on the list of mutation charts that could happen to Vellum as a consequence for his death and revival, that we did not change at all. So I am once again calling out to you, my audience. If anyone knows why mana mutations are in fact not changing Vellum, please let me know without too many spoilers if possible, because I planned on using this system as kind of a risk reward possibility for dying. I know there's a very good possibility that it's a weird reward for dying, but there's a lot of risks in there too. There's a lot of negative mutations, but seeing absolutely nothing happen twice now seems unlikely. So if you do know, let me know in the comments below. But otherwise, we're going to be ending there. This has been Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead. I have been Areima, and if you guys have enjoyed the episode, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe for more. I will see you next time. Goodbye.